Hello there and welcome to the Card Grotto. Today I've got a haul to share with you. I wanted to quickly just say a very big thank you to those that left such lovely comments on my last haul video. I wasn't honestly even sure if I was going to end up putting it up because I wasn't sure of the response I was going to get. So thank you so much for all the lovely comments. A lot of you said that you missed them and that you really enjoyed watching, so I am going to continue doing them. They're not going to be like all of the time or anything like that, but once I've kind of got enough stuff sort of together to actually show something, then I'll do one. So maybe every few months or something like that. So I'm going to start off with an order that I made quite a long time ago now. This is from Simon Says Stamp, and I just picked up 3 die sets. I wanted some older dies. Well, I wanted these dies basically, but they are older ones, and I think sometimes with this industry we are quite focused on kind of new products, and that does make sense because obviously there's something new all of the time and it's exciting. But I really love these dies and I hadn't got them before obviously, and so I thought it'd be quite nice to pick up some older dies. It's quite nice to share products, you know, that are older as well. So first of all, I picked up the Sunrise stem. I'd seen so many cards using this and never picked it up in the past, so I thought I'd go ahead and pick that up. And I quite like actually that the die is separate, so you can use different elements if you want to. So it's not just like one whole die that you have to do in that particular way. You can do it in different ways, so I'm looking forward to trying that out. And then I picked up the Layered Bird Bunch. I do really like little bird dies. I'm not quite sure why, but I think they work well for lots of different occasions. And I really love that these are layered as well. They're quite a nice size, so I could add it as kind of like an accent on a card. Like maybe not the focal point, or because of the size I probably could do them as a focal point as well. And like I say, I really love that they are layered, so you can kind of mix and match if you want to. You don't necessarily have to use all of the layers, you could use some of them, and you can, yeah, like I say, mix and match. So I'm looking forward to using those. And then I picked up the Flickering butterflies. Again, very much an older set now, but quite often I like to just have something extra on a card. Although my cards are generally always clean and simple, sometimes it's nice just to have that tiny little extra thing. And quite often I maybe will use like die cut hearts or something, but I really love butterflies, so I thought I would pick this up because a lot of these are quite small in size and I really love the shape of them as well. And obviously you can use this die as a whole, kind of like as an aperture or something like that. But also you can just use the individual butterflies, which is probably what I will do. And like I say, I quite like the shape of them. So that was Simon Says Stamp. And then I did pick up a few bits from a Mama Elephant release. This again was a little while ago now, but I absolutely love pigs, and so of course I had to pick up the Little Pig Agenda set. They're just absolutely adorable. I probably might not use them on a card as such, like to create like a little scene, but I thought it would look really nice on little tags or envelopes or anything like that, like gifts or something that I might send to people. And I did pick up the coordinating dies because although I don't mind fussy cutting, these are quite small and it's just a little bit easier to die cut them out. And then I picked up the Simple Friends bubble dies. These are coordinating dies with a stamp set, but I really love just the shape of the bubbles. I've wanted some for quite some time. I would like some a little bit smaller in size, ones that I can maybe just add my own kind of sentiment in and then have it maybe like a critter saying something. I thought that that would be quite nice. So if anyone sees any that are a little bit smaller, or you have any yourself, please do let me know. I really love this size, and I do love this size as well. It'd be quite nice like as a sentiment strip type thing. But some of them I did think I maybe would like some a little bit thinner as well. So yeah, if anyone has any or have seen any, please do let me know. And sort of along the same lines, I picked up this set from Altenew. I apologise for the packaging. They were stuck together and I had to try and remove them, and quite a lot of the label stayed with it unfortunately. But this is the Altenew One Go Words and Banners set. So they do come separately, but where I purchased them from Bumbleberry Crafts, they sold them together. So there is the sentiment set. So the stamp, you've got the stamps, and it stamps all as one, which I'll be honest with you, sometimes I'm a fan of and sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I really don't need that many extra sentiments sitting in a drawer, but sometimes it is quite nice at the same time. But one of the main reasons I bought it was to have the dies, because I really love this tag in particular, but I also really love just the shape of them all, and you can use any kind of other sentiment with them. You can just kind of bend, especially obviously clear stamps, you can bend the sentiment to fit inside of the shape. So that's really probably why I bought this set, but it is quite nice to have these sentiments as well that do actually fit the set. So next up, I bought myself a present. Well, technically all of this probably is presents, but this is a little bit more of an investment type present, I suppose, money-wise. This is the Black Mini MISTI, the 2.0 version. Up until now, I've just used the original versions of the Mini MISTI and the regular size MISTI, and I really love them, but the hinges are going slightly on my Mini MISTI. That's the one that I use pretty much all of the time. I very actually rarely use the like normal sized MISTI. I generally only use it for kind of background stamps or slightly larger stamps, but I've been using my Altenew stamp wheel for that, so I definitely didn't need to get a new normal MISTI, but I would like to get the the Mini MISTI. So obviously the 2.0 version has been out for years now, and I never invested in it. I'd always knew that I wanted the black colour. I just happened to really like it. I was very tempted with the Tailored Expressions teal one, but I decided to go for the black one, and Bumbleberry Crafts here in the UK just got them in, so I picked up this one. I don't know necessarily whether it will make much of a difference to me using the 2.0 version than the regular version, because I've been using that for so long, but I'm hoping that the door is a little bit easier to open. And obviously just because the hinges will be brand new as well, so I'll be starting to use that soon. Then next up, I picked a couple of items from Concord and 9th. These are from Seven Hills Crafts here in the UK. And I picked up the two new die sets that kind of do sort of shortcuts is what they're called. So there's the diagonal shortcuts dies and then the slanted shortcuts dies. Now, do you need these dies? No, you definitely don't. The strips I really love using paper strips on cards. They're easy to cut on a guillotine, let's face it, but I do really like the rounded edges that dies give, and I often use sentiment strips for that. But I saw this, and like I say, it is a shortcut. That's how they, you know, promote it themselves, and I just really love the different sizes of them, and I think that they will come in quite handy. And then this one here, again, you can cut this quite easily, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not always the best at knowing exactly what angle I want on a card, and so it's quite nice for it to be there for you. Obviously, you can still do it yourself with a guillotine or a paper trimmer or anything like that, but as I say, these are kind of shortcuts dies, and I wanted to pick them up because I think I will use them quite a bit. And then I picked up a ton of their enamel dots. Kindly, when Concord and 9th released their last colour family, they kindly sent me a few of the items of the new colours, and I absolutely fell in love with them. And I'd seen that they had enamel dots for quite some time, but I have tons of embellishments, and I thought, well, do I really need any more enamel dots? Because I have tons of them. But they, like I say, they sent me a few packs of them. I think I've got one of them here, yeah, the Wildberry. I've pretty much used half of the pack that they sent me already, so I wanted to pick up another one because I absolutely love this colour, and I just basically fell in love with them. I know it sounds really silly for enamel dots, but I really love the size of them. A lot of companies' enamel dots are quite large, and I really love that a lot of these are really quite small. Works perfectly for my kind of design. So I picked up another pack of the Wildberry. I also got the Aqua Sky, the Lilac, the Eggplant, the Oceanside, the Harbour, the Ballet Slipper, the Grape Soda, and the white ones. I have used a few of the white ones already. I was tempted to buy them all. I wish I could afford it. I can't quite afford it, but maybe I'll pick up some more as kind of time goes on. But yeah, I really love that they coordinate obviously with their inks and their cardstocks and everything. So, and I just happen to really love their colours. I do think a lot of them are quite unique compared to maybe other colours of kind of products in the craft world. And then from Spellbinders, I picked up this set here. This is the Mini Everyday Sentiments Hot Foil Plate and Die set. This is an older one and I'd seen it for quite some time and never picked it up, but I really love just the kind of simple font of these. And I do often really like having, I love having sentiment strips on cards. That is 99% of the time I do that anyway. But I also really love just having a foiled sentiment. I do really like that. And again, a lot of their sets recently have been one of those ones where you foil everything and then you cut everything. And again, I think they're really nice. They're easy to use. And especially with Spellbinders, I do think they line up really nicely. I'm not going to lie, a lot of the time, I don't often find that the die lines up that well with how I've stamped it or foiled it or anything like that, so that's just a personal thing of mine. I don't know if that's user error, but I quite like that these are all separate. So if I just want to foil a couple of sentiments, I can. I really love that they come with the sentiment strips as well. I always love having extra sentiment strips. I use them all of the time, so I'm glad that I finally picked this one up. And I just love that the kind of generic sort of sentiments like happy birthday, congratulations, things like that. And then I also picked up a better press plate. This is the Buffalo Plaid. I just happen to really love this background and I thought it would be quite nice. Maybe it's like a subtle background, maybe to, this is one to use with the better press, but you can do hot foiling with it as well. I thought it might be quite nice maybe to press it in like a really light grey ink just as a really subtle background, or maybe do like hot foiling with maybe like opal foil or something like that. That's my plan. We'll see if that comes to fruition, you know, but I still think it would be really nice. I've seen lots of samples using it with like brighter colours as well. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to using that. And then I made a bit more of an investment. So there's two kind of larger investments in this haul video. And I'm just sort of moving the bits here so they don't all fall everywhere. This is the Sealed by Spellbinders Wax Seal Kit. And I've seen it, you know, since it came out. Obviously Jennifer Maguire did a video on it, Yana did a video on it. I fell in love with it in all honesty because I've always really loved the look of wax seals. And then when it came into the card making industry, I know a few different companies have got their own kind of sealing kits kind of thing. And like I said, I was kind of tempted by it, but it is an investment because not only do you have to buy the equipment to actually make the wax seals, you have to buy the wax beads and the stamps and everything like that. But Spellbinders had it in the sale, and in actual fact everything that I've bought from this range was in the sale, so I decided to make the investment and pick it up. I feel like I'm a little bit stagnant at the moment in terms of card making, and it's quite nice just to try something completely different, and that's what I thought I would do with this. So I'm sure you've probably already seen it, but I will just open the box. It's such a pretty box. And then inside there is the silicone mat, and then also the kind of burner that you put your candle under. There is a wax stamp. This one says "For You," really pretty. There is the spoon, and then there's some gold wax beads as well. I'm thinking that I might take this insert out of the box. I don't always love to do that. I'm very much like a packaging person, so I'm not sure about it, but if I take this kind of thing out, then I could fit more in the box and it would take up less space in my craft room. I will say that is one of, I know this sounds silly, but that is another reason why I didn't necessarily purchase it already, because I just don't have a lot of space, and all this stuff obviously takes up a lot of space. Like I said, I know that sounds silly, but that is definitely a reason for me for certain things as well. But I have managed to find a space for this. So along with that, I did pick up some of the wax beads. So I picked up the purples, the corals and the basic, and I do also have the aqua and the pink coming as well. And I just really love these mixes in particular. I think it's a good way to be able to get lots of colours, but without having to buy lots of individual colours. So in these you get some like metallics as well, especially obviously this pack here, but in the other ones you get like the white is a pearly shade, and then you get I think in this one it's copper. And so yeah, I just thought it was quite nice to have the different shades in each of the pack, and like I say, it's a good way to kind of get a lot of colours without having to have tons and tons of different packs of the wax beads. And then I did pick up another spoon. I've been watching quite a lot of wax seal videos, not necessarily craft ones, but just wax seal ones in general. And a lot of people have said that it's a really good investment to have an extra spoon. And like I say, this was in the sale as well, so I did decide to pick that up. And then I also picked up a little stirrer. I'm not sure this is necessary in terms of having an actual specific stirrer, but I know a lot of people use like a tool-in-one or something like that, or like a pokey tool. But I thought it'd be quite nice just to have a little separate thing. Honeybee Stamps sell these, but I couldn't manage to get hold of it here in the UK. And I found one on Etsy, an Etsy seller, and it was pretty cheap. And so I thought it'd be quite nice. It's very pretty actually, just for a little stirrer. And like I say, it was pretty cheap. So it'd be quite nice just to have it kind of with all of the stuff and to be able to stir the wax. And then last but not least, I did pick up a wax seal stamp as well. This is just the 1-inch solid circle, and it seems a little bit silly just to get a plain wax seal, but I'm thinking that I'm going to put an embellishment over the top, and I thought it would look quite nice for packaging. We'll see how it goes, but now I've got the, you know, the wax seal kit, everything is going to have a wax seal on it. Envelopes, presents, everything. So I want to get my money's worth out of all of this stuff. And oh, and I did also pick up the little adhesive circles. I'm sure you can probably use other adhesive as well, but I'm unlikely to probably actually kind of add the wax onto whatever I'm adding it to. So I thought it would be quite nice just to have these little wax seal circles, the adhesive that you can just stick on them. And these were pretty good price, and you get 50 in a pack, so it'll take me some time to get through these, I think. So that was a look at everything that I've purchased recently. I do appreciate you watching. If you're still watching, I know it's a little bit of a longer video. I apologise for that. And I just wanted to quickly say a really big thank you to everyone that's still watching my channel. I haven't invested in my channel in the last couple of years. I've basically spent my time making videos for other companies. And I don't know if that is definitely a detriment to me in terms of my own YouTube channel. So I'm trying to come back to it. I'm not sure if I've completely lost my audience at this point. So if you're still here, like I said, I do really appreciate you. And if you have any suggestions of what you would like me to do in terms of videos, please do let me know. I'm very interested, and I'm going to try and hopefully make a lot more videos coming up. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.